Quite often, it's a lot easier to just use a single packaging. Get a drum, fill it with your liquid, label it, and ship it without any further packaging or overpacking. But we do see that it's not always possible, as some carriers, and not just Korean airlines, don't really like single packaging because, let's face it, shipping 10 5-liter drums may be less of a risk than shipping one 50-liter drum. If there's one leak in the 50-liter drum, you're likely to lose it all. The chances are less of all 10 5-liter drums leaking. So, the packaging table looks like this for single packagings in Packing Instruction 364. The main heading at top is Single Packagings, and it's followed by a type description in the first row, which includes drums, jerry cans, composite packaging, and cylinders. The next row gives us a description of those types in plain English: steel drums, aluminum drums, plastic drums, and other types of metal drums. The UN spec code for those types of packagings are shown below. So for example, a UN type 1A1 is allowed, and that's a closed head steel drum. A 1A2 is not allowed under this instruction, as it's an open head steel drum. We know that it's not allowed as it's not listed as an acceptable packaging. We also don't find fiberboard boxes listed anywhere as a single packaging. Why? Because Packing Instruction 364 is for Class 3 substances, flammable liquids. You can't pour liquids directly in a fiberboard box without some sort of inner packaging. That's why a UN 4G fiberboard box is allowed under combination packaging, but not as a single packaging. Makes sense, right? A steel jerry can would also be an option, or a plastic jerry can such as a 3H1. Often it's just easier to pack everything in a drum and be done with it. 55-gallon drums, for example, are one of the most common packaging types in the world, but it's a lot more difficult to ship by air, especially with the Packing Group 2 flammable liquid. As you can see with Packing Instruction 364, the maximum is 60 liters, so that's relatively small compared to a 220-liter drum, which is the metric equivalent for 55 gallons.